Josh Duhamel, Julianne Hough, good morning.
Good
Top of the morning
morning.
to you.
Is this your first interview of the day?
Yes, you're first. So if we're a
Yes.
little groggy, it's
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 4:30 in
Julianne's fault.
LA.
When did
so-
you guys get in?
Last night.
Last night.
I got in yesterday afternoon.
Yeah?
Just before the second football game.
Oh, right.
We raced from the airport to get there in time.
What's that like when there's so much going on like football that you have to sit here and travel around and promote a movie?
Well, it actually worked out okay because we were in, I missed the first game, but I at least got here in time for the second one.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I've been pretty lucky.
But now you're in a hockey town, and our Toronto Maple Leafs are playing tonight
We're
against
1-0, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have picked the worst time to come to Toronto. Nobody cares about our movie. It's the opening. It's the home opener for the Maple Leafs.
Dude, no, are you kidding? Our listeners, because we were giving away tickets to check out Safe Haven tonight, and our listeners have been going nuts for this movie.
Yay.
Been going absolutely crazy for these tickets.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's a good movie. We're happy.
Have you
with
guys
it.
seen it yet?
Yeah, we did. I've seen an earlier version of it. I haven't seen the final.
Yeah,
cut.
I haven't either, but I mean, we like it so far. So
What did you think when you watch it?
it's really hard to take yourself out of it when you're watching. I know it is for me at least, but with this kind of movie, I mean, how romantic it is, Nicholas Sparks. I mean, you can't help but get sucked in. I think. I mean, it's definitely different too. It's got the thriller aspect, so
Yeah.
you're definitely like a little bit more like on the edge of your seat, kind of, anticipating things. So
Yeah, and I think that part of the reason I really wanted to do this movie is because of Lasse. Lasse's a director that I've always respected and really liked his movies. So I enjoyed being part of a movie that he did because it wasn't as romantic or sappy as it could have been.
You are in it, though.
Well, not really. Not really. It's a lot more of a thriller than I think people are going to expect.
It's kind of like, what was that Julie Roberts
Sleeping
movie?
with the Enemy.
Sleeping with the
Yeah,
Enemy. It has a little
totally.
bit of that to it.
Yeah.
Which is a fantastic movie.
One of the stars in the movie who I think people are absolutely going to fall in love with. What's the little girl that plays?
Mimi Kirkland.
Yes, Josh.
Yes.
The little girl that plays your daughter in this movie was so awesome.
She stole every scene.
And
yeah.
like she just brought this sweetness to her character. Is she like that in real life? Was it hard for her or as difficult for her to kind of play that role?
That's Mimi.
Yeah.
Mimi is a little sweetheart, and
Was any of it freestyle? Because it seemed like it was just 100% natural for her.
yeah, again, Lasse. I mean, he brought that out of them. A lot of times, you'll get these little actresses who know their lines inside and out, and they have a certain way they're going to say them, and they come, and that's the way that. And he broke her of that habit immediately.
Yeah.
And told her to just say whatever you want to say. And that's what's so great about Lasse. Like, that's what he used in every, scene that she was in, was all of the maybe uncomfortable parts where she didn't know what to say, but that's real life. That's real kids, so she's amazing in it.
Before we talk about you guys making out on film, did you buy 50 Shades of...
Which, by the way,
What?
I was in the car on the way to see you guys.
Yeah?
We don't make out in the rain. Were you guys asleep?
There's a rain scene.
There is a rain
but they
scene.
ran. No,
we
but
were
that gives
making
you the
out.
Are you sure? Maybe I
Yes.
just assumed that you guys make
I
out
think
in
you
the rain.
assumed.
Well,
I think
you're
we-
mistaking this
it was-
movie for every other Nicholas Sparks
It was
movie.
almost.
Oh, so this is the only one.
Yeah.
It was almost.
This is the only one.
The guy, I won't give it away. but
Did you just buy 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah,
Is
in
that
the
what you
airport
said?
last night.
Have you started it yet?
It was actually kind of weird last night. Because, it's like 3 hours difference, so I wasn't tired last night.
Yeah.
So I ended up, my friend and I were in the room. We got a bottle of wine. We just started reading excerpts from the book. We're like, this is getting really uncomfortable.
Like out loud to each other?
Yeah. We were like 12-year-old girls, like giggling, like, oh my gosh,
So
look at
awesome.
this. This is so weird. Anytime there was like I can't even say the word because it's just inappropriate, but something clamp, that's when we we were like, oh,
Like
What?
a penis clamp?
yeah, nipple clamp.
Nipple clamp.
And so every time that word
Where are you from that nipple's a bad word? You chose to say clamp and edited nipple? Something clamp.
But anyways, every time that was on, we were reading it and laughing. Anyways.
7:45. It's the Roz Mocha Show on KiSS 92.5. Safe Haven is a new movie out on February 14th. Josh Duhamel and Julianne Hough are joining us in studio right now. The one scene in the movie where you guys are, as we said earlier, making sweet, sweet love. When you guys are shooting a scene like that, do you go home and tell your significant other, like, oh, when they say, how was your day at work today? You go home and be like, oh, man, I had to shoot this scene, and here's what happened.
I think you'd be an idiot if you did that.
Like, does it ever get uncomfortable, or do you ever get questioned about it when that's, when they do see the movie?
Well, you only bring it up when you have to.
Right.
Yeah.
But, these scenes are not, they're not nearly as, I don't know, sexy as they might seem when you watch. I mean, obviously Julianne is a very beautiful girl, so it wasn't all bad.
Oh, thank you.
But you have to say that, right? But you have to say that, like you have to go and be like, you know what, Josh, like, really great guy. I thought he'd be a better kisser. Like, you have to say stuff like that, right?
Exactly. And then you guys like you bring it up, so it makes it extra uncomfortable.
Sorry.
But we both wore nipple pasties, so
So it was
so
okay.
Josh, if you could, Dammit Maury, who you met on the way up, when he was courting his fiancee, Dammit Matthew, he wrote some poetry for him, and Maury's not a strong writer at all. We were wondering if you would be able to read, because it will be the greatest poem you've ever read. We're wondering if you'd be able to read his poem, which was called Half Full. Very romantic guy, romantic movie. We're wondering if you would be able to do this. There's no swears in it or anything like this.
I would be honored.
You'd be honored. So this is Josh Duhamel doing Half Full by Maury Angelou.
Is your heart half full for me? If
Oh,
not,
no, did you?
Starts right here.
Oh, wait, sorry.
You forgot the best line of
First of all,
any poem ever written.
he spelled heart wrong.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
He spells everything wrong.
This is the greatest first line of any poem ever written.
Excuse me, can you pass the salt? It's not my fault. You've done something you can't admit. Don't have a fit? You've fallen for me. Why can't you see? Is your heart half full for me? If not, why have you not left me? You're always there. I know you want to be as one. Join in the fun. You really need to run from what you have now. One day you'll look back and go, wow. Is your heart half full for me?
All right.
First of all, Maury, it's Heart. I don't know how you spell it in Canada, but not Hart.
Safe Haven out on February 14th, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the Roz Mocha Show. Before we wrap things up, Josh, I have to tell you that I am still very, very bitter. I know it's not your fault, but one of my favorite shows back in the day was Las Vegas. I even have season 1 on DVD.
Yeah, the DVD set.
And I was this is season 1, dude. I was so pissed when they took this show off the air. I just had to say
what was it that you liked about it? Was it the girls in the little tight dresses, or was it
No,
James
I just
Caan?
love, you know what? Everything about the show, and James Caan, of course, right? I just thought it was just
Well, I appreciate
an awesome
it.
show.
We had a blast doing that show. It was 5 years. I think NBC kind of had enough of us.
Yeah.
And that was it. We had to. Unfortunately, we had to end on a cliffhanger. We never got to finish the show.
Yeah. That's
So-
terrible.
Yeah, it is. It says to be continued, and then never to be continued.
Josh and Julianne, again, thank you so much for joining us on the Roz Mocha Show today.
Thank you.